It's the start of 2016. I have just finished my first university semester while studying robotics. And what better way to start a year than with a new project? As I was studying robotics, I thought it would be appropriate to make an robotic arm. Surely this was a task I could do with quite a limited knowledge, trying to recreate the most mechanically complex human limb. Well, I needed to start somewhere, but why start from scratch when you can use what nature has created? As consumer 3D printers were just starting to rise, there was not much of a different choice but to get some bones. So I got myself a skeleton hand. When I received the hand, it was fixed in place, so I disassembled it, glued the palm bones with some super glue. And to keep the fingers together, I just thought, hey, maybe I just use some screw-in hooks and some rubber bands. So after a couple of hours of tinkering, I had my first hand. A really odd prototype, isn't it? Looks familiar? Well, yes, because currently there is quite a popular company called Clone, which started making this robotic arm at 2019. It used pneumatic muscles attached to the pulleys and some kind of skeleton as eye. Oddly enough, I was 3 years early in this kind of engineering. Knowing how popular they are, the question arises why I haven't used same kind of system. Well, I was a second year student with barely any budget. No knowledge of mechanics or pneumatics, which are quite expensive actually. The only thing I had is just knowledge from servo motors from my previous robotic car project, which you can see just follows my hand movements. So I just went with it.
So I connected the motors, fishing line, which leads to the fingers, which leads, to fingers. Yep. And now I will try the program. This will be the first time I use these motors, mountain motors, to test this thing. Yep. I really hope it works.
It works. The only thing I needed is to tighten the cable and fix some coding mistakes, but that's a different thing. And holding on the other bone moves only the end of the finger. Sometime later, I got myself access to the 3D printer, and as initially planned, I wanted to expand the movement of the hand to include the wrist and the thumb, which most of the current prosthetics do not have. After printing those ball joints, connected the system similarly as previous, made servo motors more compact, and used rubber gloves for the joints so they could have some spring back to the neutral position. Sadly, I lost, well, or did not record any of the footage for that, so I only have this photo where you can see the servo motors, the joints. It uses the same system, just a bunch of servo motors connected to the fishing like pulleys. And yeah, that's basically my project, which I then presented in some conference, a hackathon in university, and later even published an article. So who knows what could have happened if I had more budget, support. Maybe I would have continued this project. Unfortunately, that did not happen. So the project was scrapped. Thanks for watching.